All right, here we go. 41st Annual Lieutenant General Retired David E. Grange Jr. Best Ranger Competition. You got Blaine on the other stream, just to the entire initial ceremony. Over here, we're going to follow the entire mass start run from beginning to the finish line. Then competitors have either the option of a run, swim, run, or a physical fitness assessment test. They get to choose. But for the next hour or so, we're going to be in the gator, following, bouncing ahead of them, getting every mile marker. That way you can see where they are. Competitors are currently lining up. It's about 56 degrees out, perfect for a mass start run. It's going to ensure you're not going to overheat. Watching from South Africa, that's great. Woo! I was almost told prestige, baby. Here we go. Honor. Highest esprit de corps of the Rangers. Now the fact that the Rangers is more elite soldier. Arrives cutting edge battle by land. Sea, or air. I accept the fact that as a Ranger, the country expects me to move further, faster, and fight harder than any other soldier. Never shall I fail my comrades. I always keep myself mentally alert, physically strong, morally straight, and I will shoulder more than my share of the task, whatever it may be. 100%, then some. In the world, I'm especially selected and well-trained soldier. Courtesy of superior officers, needless address, and query of equipment shall set the example for others to follow. Energetically, I meet the enemy as my country. I shall defeat them on the field of battle. For I am better trained and will fight with all my might. It's not a Ranger word. I will never leave a fallen comrade. Fall into the hands of the enemy. And under no circumstances will I ever embarrass my country. And on display. Intestinal fortitude required. Fight on the Ranger objective and complete the mission. Though I be the lone survivor. Rangers lead the way. All right, there's our Ranger Creed. Great way to initiate, prepare. Definitely competitors you could tell were Jones, and they were ready to rock, but they had to wait. Getting the radio call. Here we go.
Jay, it's Blaine.
Roger, got you. Limit Charlie. Yep, I got you.
They take off.
Sounds good. All right, they fired the flintlocks. I don't know if that was intentional or if it was just part of the whole pizzazz.
Decision quick.
Yeah, get over here on my left. Oh boy, last three things to say. God bless our Rangers. God bless America. Start your engines. Good Kevin James. Well done. Great. Is that actually Kevin James, the real man in the pit? All right. Now we got our real rounds fired. Official clock started for the timer. Our best Ranger competitors will be running out here. They're going to be running right by us. All right. They're going out fast. Generally, you'll have a couple groups here. First set of group will go out very fast at a 6:10 pace. You'll have the mid group that's just trying to chill, feel themselves out. And then you usually have like a backpack group that's like going to take it easy to start, get their bodies warmed up, and then start moving. Notice the Rangers tonight, they're having, this morning, they got Army boots on. They got their full military fatigues, or OCPs. And they have body armor as well with the bib number. So we're going to wait for our driver to get up here. Once our driver gets up here, we're going to start rolling along the course right behind him. Just waiting on one combat camera. Once that combat camera gets here, we can roll. Come on, combat camera. Where you at, buddy? We briefed this beforehand, my guy.
Yeah, we're all the way up, man. Where we parked.
We're literally where we parked. We rehearsed it. Come on, my guy. You were literally here. Come on, buddy. We got a flashlight. Flashing a light. We warmed up. We rehearsed here. You literally were just here 10 minutes ago. Come on, buddy. Okay, literally where we were before. We're flashing lights. Go the way they just ran, buddy. We're literally right here. Sergeant First Class Whitney participating this year. Yes. So this is Sergeant First Class Whitney's fourth time competing. For anybody watching, one of the storylines is Sergeant First Class Whitney, Team 40 out of the 4th or Airborne Ranger Training Brigade, 4th Battalion. He competed his third time last year. Everyone was ready for it. This is it. He was in second place on day 2. And then he actually tore his ACL jumping over a wall. Once he jumped over that wall, tore his ACL out. Sadly, it was the end of his story. Never going to be able to compete again. As the odds hit, new rules changed this year. You can now compete as many times as possible in the Best Ranger competition unless you've won. Once you've won the Best Ranger competition, you are no longer allowed to compete. So that opened up the doors for Sergeant First Class Whitney and his teammates to make it again. All right, there's our rehearsal. He finally made it. Oh, brutal. But he's here. I mean, we wouldn't leave you behind. Come on.
You left us.
All right.
I thought you might have went to the barracks. No, we stayed right there.
Which team has the best odds? What a question. So, yes, we do look at all the teams' prior experience in the past. We only have, out of 104 competitors this year, only 17 competitors have competed before. So your odds go up just by being a former competitor. Next, of those 17, we only have 8 competitors who finished the competition before. Your odds go up even higher to a 50% chance that you're going to finish the competition. Only the top 16 teams will finish this competition. This first event we're doing today is going to be 3 events. A mass start run that's about 7 miles long, a run swim run that's about 3.5 miles long, and then a Ranger physical fitness assessment that's about another mile of running. That's all considered one event this year. You must be in the top 40 to go ahead and advance for the next portion of this competition. So we're currently driving on Hourglass Road out towards Jamestown Road, where they're going to be taking their left to hit their first mile. Most competitors will be on the left side of the road trying to minimize any distance they can. As we drive by, I'll try to get you from back to front, team numbers, as best I can. Good work, boys. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to tell you just because there's no, not wearing any bibs this year. So there's not going to be any kind of bib number I can tell you from the back or the front. We just passed the 52nd place team, though. To be kind to them, we're generally going to try to keep the headlights off. That way it doesn't mess up their night vision. When you're running a race like this early in the morning, 6 in the morning, sun's not going to come up for another 50 minutes. One of the things that can mess with you is when somebody's constantly turning on lights behind you, in front of you, especially when it's getting the darkest right now. Not what you want. So we'll try to be as good stewards, push to their right, slow go by them. And let's see if you can see your favorite competitors. Throughout this first part where we can't see as well, if you got any questions that we can answer here on the live stream, or if there are any issues with audio or something, just give me a heads up. We are going to be out in the training area, so we'll try to communicate as best we can. This run, unknown distance run to start, is going to be Hourglass Road to Jamestown, and then Jamestown all the way down just past Yankee Road. Here we go, boys. We have our combat camera team here as well. We're taking some awesome action photos and videos for the Army. Team 17 better be in front, leading the way. So here's the positive of this. If you are chilling and you're just getting your pace right now, you're easily going to be able to overtake teams later. Another thought is, if you want to be that team that just gets after it, runs a 6:10 your first mile, you get a lot of distance to start, and then you can ease back to your pace of about a 7-minute pace. Ideally, for this competition, whenever you just have boots and minimal gear, 7 minutes is an excellent pace, especially because you're going to be moving 70-plus miles over 2.5 days. Right now, though, the name of the game will be you have to take top 40 after this first entire 3 events because only the top 40 teams will advance. If you're in 41st to 52nd place, you do not get to advance. You are out of the competition. We are currently at 7 minutes, 46 seconds on the course. When we get up here to Jamestown Road, that'll be our first mile marker, and we'll be able to let you know the pace of these gentlemen over here in front of us, these Rangers in front of us. These Rangers in front of us are probably at almost exactly a 8:15, 8:20 pace once we hit this corner. And then we'll have enough room on the right side of our road to drive forward and get in front of them. All right, we're approaching the lacquer light up ahead. That's the intersection of Jamestown Road and Hourglass Road. We're going to be headed left going southbound. At that light is going to be our mile marker. Teams that are getting there right now are at 8:40. So that middle pack is taking a chiller pace. They know it's obviously probably about a 7-mile run. At the halfway point of this run, there's going to be some kind of unknown equipment that they're going to have to pick up and carry back. Years past, it's been additional body armor. Last year was the Rogue body weight. That was about 40 pounds, 45 pounds. You and your partner had to carry one, so partners would switch back and forth, and you got to then carry that thing 3.5 miles back to Camp Rogers. Sucks. All right, so we're hitting mile 1. We're technically probably back of the pack. Mile 1, we're at 9 minutes and 20 seconds. So if you know you like to get warmed up for a run like this, you take advantage of this first mile, you ease into it. You also know that you're going up this big giant hill. You can't see it right now in dark, but it is a slow and steady up. So if you want to start hammering down and building your pace, you got to start picking up that pace once you get to the top of this hill. Teams are wearing their boots, their OCP bottoms, no OCP top, but they are wearing a little body armor with plate carriers and then a camelback. Competitors right now in their head got out that nervous energy in that first mile. Their focus is now staying calm and collected, preparing to rock and get the top 40. This is going to be me. 12 mile. Yep, that's right. Sandbags this year, question mark. I do not know. I'm being completely honest with you. We've not recon this morning to go see what equipment they are carrying. But last year it was the sandbags. In years past, they've done the mortar rounds. They've done additional body armor. Regardless of what it is, it's going to be terrible. It's going to test them. It's going to hurt. Watching from Augusta, Georgia. Shouldn't you be watching the Masters right now? You're watching the best Ranger competition. Love it. That's what I'm talking about. True American patriot right there. In this competition, you have your best Ranger buddies. Your buddies have been selected by their respective units after different selections that each unit runs, and they get to come here to the best Ranger competition together. Correct. So for the Army boots that you're wearing, they must be 670-1 compliant, meaning that's our Army regulation for proper uniform attire. And so with that 670-1, we're looking at a proper OCP tops and bottoms, which is standard issue, and any kind of appropriate boot. So one of the sponsors of the event is definitely OTB boots. I'm actually, I got my pair in my vehicle right now, ready for range day. The OTB boots are freaking outstanding. They're similar to the old Nikes before those became non-compliant. They are lightweight, excellent heel to them, durable, 670-1 compliant, almost feel like a running shoe, which enables you to move on events like this at a better pace. Think of best Rangers of back in the day. They were wearing the old jumbo boots with the metal heel tops or the old Army issue boots, and teams would get their butts kicked because of all the awful blisters and this pain that would get you over time. This competition now with these great boots that they've advanced with so well, you're not getting as many blisters. I'd say more of your injuries are just kind of overall time. You're getting a lot of chafing, whether it be from your t-shirt or your pants, from all the sweat accumulation, or just standard cramping, heat cramping from being out in the sun, moving 70 miles. That's really the pain that's going to get you here. Boots, though, boots are game changers right now. As before, if you just joined the stream, we're going dark on our lights. Obviously, we don't want to have headlights on as they're running and mess up their night vision. It's going to be night for approximately another 25 minutes, so I want to be best stewards of them and enable them to see in front of them without blinding them. What's the order of events after these three events? Oh, wow, what a loaded question there. All right, so this year, new changes. We got 3 events to start, right? You have the mass start run, you got the run, swim, run, and the Ranger Physical Fitness Assessment. I say it's different this year because those 3 events you can do any which way you want. Meaning, once you're done with this first run that we're all doing, you then have the option to do either the run, swim, run, or you can do the Ranger Physical Fitness Assessment. Ultimately, once all 3 of those events are complete and they're done, then only the top 40 teams advance. So strategically, you got to think, what benefits me? When you're done with this run, if you're thinking about it, the Ranger Physical Fitness Assessment only has so many lanes. I think probably about 20 lanes. So if you get there and you're the 21st team, rather than waiting to go, it's probably better just to go knock out the run, swim, run, get that completed. That way you're still moving in the competition. Whereas if you wait to start the Ranger Physical Fitness Assessment, that might push you back later, and you might be the 41st place team that shows up, and you're no longer allowed to advance in the competition. Run, swim, run is a mile and a half out, 400 meter swim, mile and a half back. Ranger Physical Fitness Assessment is our new Ranger Physical Fitness Assessment that just got released about 2 weeks ago. It's going to include an 800 meter run, 30 drop push-ups. Bruno! That's why you got to hit your hit times, people. If people tell you to be somewhere, you got to be there on time. If you're not, we got to leave you behind with the show. All right. So after those 3 events, if you are a top 40 team, you get to advance forward. Here's why it's different this year. We have a thing called the Ranger Reckoning. The Ranger Reckoning, you have events 4 through 18. So that's 15 events total. The Ranger Reckoning is you get to do those events at whatever sequence you want. You pick your poison. So if you want to go do the Bayonet Assault course first, go ahead. If you want to go do the strongman competition or the Prusa climb, go ahead. Ultimately, if you do it and map it out, if you did it perfectly, you can minimize it to about 17 additional miles. That's after you've already done 11 miles in your body. Make about 20 miles. If you end up doing it to kind of prevent some bottlenecking and try to keep your flow, you might have to double back. So then your pace might turn into 18 or 19 miles. So before you even get to the night foot march, you're going to have 40 teams in the event that are going to have 28 to 31 miles on their bodies already. And that's before you even start the night foot march. So it's very tricky this year. Bottlenecks, if I'm looking at it as a previous competitor, that's what I'm worried about. I'm looking at events, hey, what events are going to have a lot of people stuck at that maybe I don't want to get stuck at? So curling range only has 1 team that can go at a time. Curling range is a big bottleneck. Urban assault course has 2 teams at a time. Can be a little tricky. Pierce range, that's the buddy team live fire, usually about 2 teams at a time. So events like that you know they can only throughput so many teams, that's where you're looking at trying to get knocked out sooner. Now, like I said, you're not going to want to skip lanes and then come back. Like, you're going to want to try to knock it out in the best order sequence you can. Clear back left. For the best ranger competition throughout, generally there's a rule where you have to stay in about 5 meters or 15 feet of your nearest competitor or your partner. So obviously you try to maintain that as best you can. For recommendations, I recommend whoever the stronger partner is as far as running, because you're going to know who it is. Have them run about a step behind you. And then if you're comfortable, you don't got your ego, because your ego ain't your amigo. If your partner can put a little slight push on your back, that's totally okay too. You're allowed to help each other in that sense. I've heard some have carbon plates. Yes, so those OTB boots we talked about before, they have an outstanding carbon plate fiber that enables it really to be that light. Team 3 is looking strong out there. What teams are in the front? As I said before, there's no bibs this year. Sometimes they wear a bib on the first run and the very last run. It enables us to tell pretty quickly, like, oh, that's Team 27, Team 38. They're not wearing them for this first start run this year. So I can't really tell you, nor are they wearing their OCP tops, so I can't even tell you the numbers. When we get to the turnaround point where they're picking up whatever equipment they're picking up, then we'll get a better idea and be able to zoom in and tell you what team's what. Right now, though, we are also flying in the dark with you. Where is live tracking of each team individually? So if you go to blackohm.com/BRC, earlier in the night, I believe they had the 2024 competition up. I think they're going to transition now to the 2025 competition. So if you go to go to Black Ohm is spelled OHM.com/BRC. It should take you to the website. You can confirm back here for the comments for us if they've updated it to track these guys now. Worst case, if you don't see it up now, it's probably because their tracker is actually inside their ruck. They don't have their rucks yet. So it's very possible they're not going to actually activate it until they have the rucks again.
It's still on 2024.
Still 2024. All right, so confirmed it's still on 2024. It's likely because those Black Ohm trackers are inside of their rucksacks. So once they get their rucksacks, I think after a couple events here, then we'll have the ability to start tracking them where they are on the course. But for right now, we'll be a little bit blind here in the dark as we're following along. We're making up some pace. We're catching up towards the front. We'll know when we get towards that front team because they'll likely have a bigger gap. Front team is probably going to be running at a 6:10 pace for the first mile, and then they'll be pushing it down to about 6:30. And then when they hit these downhills, they're going to push it back to that 6:10. And then when they get to those flats or uphills, they're going to go back to a 7-minute. If you can maintain a 7 entire time throughout, you're going to be sitting pretty. We're at 20 minutes and 17 seconds currently on course. Your slowest teams are at the 2-mile point. Your fastest teams are probably just shy of the 3-mile point.
Fast and 3 mile right there.
Those signs do not correlate to where we are.
Okay.
We're about a mile behind those signs. Is the link up always at Camp Rogers here on Fort Benning. It's just south of Harmony Church. You know where that is. They start the run on Old Cusetta Road. They move northbound